All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started today. Thank you all for coming. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stacie Lynch Newberg, and we're going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about test-taking strategies for math tests, okay? And of course, there's math, so let's do some math, right? I'm in here today. You guys, you're in charge. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of a personal worksheet. Sorry, people are yelling at me from the hallway. All right, so questions 1 or 2, fill in the blank. I usually arrive on time for a test. That's what you're jotting down. When I receive the test, I begin working on it. 1 or 2. No judgment, answer it truthfully. I try to solve, fill in the blank. If I'm unaware of an answer, fill in the blank. Blank show my work for a problem. 1 or 2. When I finish the test, which one are you? 1 or 2. Number 7, when I get the test back, I fill in the blank. Give you a little bit to finish the fill in the blanks. Did we get the front page okay? Did I go through those too fast? Do we need to go back? Are we good?
I need to go back.
You need to go back? Okay. Fill in the blank. Just do what comes natural. Don't overthink it. All right, are we good on 1, 2, and 3? All right, how about here? 4 through 7. Fill in the blank. All right, so hang on to those. We're going to talk about them here in a little bit. And so one of the biggest things about being ready for a test is you need to start preparing weeks in advance, okay? College students are notorious. Oh, I'm just going to pull an all-nighter. That is the worst thing you can do, okay? You need to start preparing in advance. Form a study group. Attend class every day. That's the best way to be successful, right, on a test, is attend every day. See what the teacher really likes, what they get excited about. Okay, work all the homework the day it's assigned. Frequently, like, oh, I'm really busy, I'll come back to it, and then 3 days go by, and then you're like, oh, how did my teacher work that, right? You got to do it promptly. And then you want to practice a couple hours every day, even holidays and weekends, okay? A lot of times students only have math maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then they don't look at it again until the following Tuesday. That is a huge gap to try to fill in and remember, huh? You need to try to do it at least 30 minutes every day, whether it's reworking problems that you've already done, rereading your notes, looking at old tests, quizzes, and exams, 30 minutes every day. And the best thing, though, is a couple hours every day, and go in increments of 45 minutes. We know our brains can hold and process for about 45 minutes. And then anything we do after that, it's gone, okay? We're not programmed that way. And that's why all-nighters don't work, huh? Because it's only the first 45 minutes that we truly remember. So go for 45 minutes and then take a break. Switch subjects. Walk the dog. Treat yourself to a YouTube or some music or a video game for about 15, 20 minutes, and then come back to math, okay? And then practice tests. Have you ever noticed those books that you're paying good money for, at the end of each chapter, there's practice tests, aren't there? And I think the answers are in the back of the book so you can check yourself? Yeah, utilize your book Get your money's worth out of it. It doesn't matter if it's a hardbound book or an ebook. There are practice questions in there. Review homework quizzes and tests. And hey, you can always come to us and say, hey, I've been practicing. Can you give me some more questions? Sarah, do you have questions that you would give students?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chuck? Yeah. All of us are instructors. We're here to make sure that you do well. And even if I'm not your teacher, Sarah would love to give you some more algebra problems, even if I'm your, like, I'm not going to go to Stacie for any more problems. I want Sarah's. And that's okay. Okay? That's okay. Get some practice tests going. And please utilize our office hours. Come by and see us. Just say, hey, will you look at my work? Am I showing enough detail? Or, hey, I'm a little fuzzy on this. Will you help me on this? We would love to. And come to the MAC. We'll help you here too, because we have all this space, right? Nice tables, snacks, coffee. You got to come in and be practicing. So even if you don't think you have a question, come sit and do some practice ones. And if something comes up, we're here to help you. And we're nosy enough too. If we're going to be like, hey, how's it going? Let me see what you're doing. Whoa, have you ever thought about doing it this way? Do you have a negative? That teacher really likes T-charts. Okay, we know each other pretty well. And so we can also give you some tips and hints on what that teacher likes and prefers. And then the big thing the night before, okay, again, no overnighters studying all night. The night before you want to get everything ready, have a pile, right, ready to go. Pencil, calculators, just for success, but make sure it's comfortable, right? Okay, it's all about the attitude when you approach that room, when you get ready to take that test. And the night before, you only want to review. It is not the time to master something new. Okay? If you don't already know the AC method for factoring, don't start that night if that's going to be on the test. Go back and look at the other stuff. Do FOIL, okay, or something else. Do not be learning new stuff the night before. And then trust your preparation and process because you've been doing it for 2 weeks, right? You found your rhythm and your pattern. Because you've been doing it every day for a couple hours, including weekends and holidays. Review only the topics you know, okay? Don't be starting new stuff the night before. It just confuses you and exhausts you, it frustrates you, and it increases your anxiety, huh? And that's what we don't want. We want to avoid anxiety at all costs. Be sure and memorize the formulas that you know, right? My students, chapter 3 is coming up, right? We're graphing. How many formulas have I been begging you for a week and a half to memorize? 3, yeah, look at all those 3s. Good, how are we doing? Have we been working on them the whole week and a half? Good. Yeah, we want to have those formulas memorized. Teachers are really good about saying you have to have these memorized, or hey, I will give you a formula sheet. And they'll be really good about saying you can bring your formula sheet with you, or they'll be very specific and say, I will give you a formula sheet. Because we don't want stuff coming in extra, right? I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. You can't pull too many tricks on us. Though I love a good story every now and then, besides, my dog ate my homework. I'm always up for a good news story. But we're really clear and specific about what to expect. Memorize, bring a formula sheet, or I will give you a formula sheet. So watch for those things, because you're attending class every day, so you're hearing it and seeing it, huh? And then do something relaxing the night before, okay? Watch a movie, quiet dinner with friends. You want to conserve your energy, okay? Please try to get the night off from work. You all have a syllabus and a schedule talking about when tests are coming, so communicate with your boss, your supervisor, your coworkers. See if they'll trade you, if that's possible. If you feel like you got some stress and energy and you want to burn off some of that, you could do a light workout. Go for a walk. Okay. The other thing that you want to be thinking about is set your alarm 2 or 3 times, right? Especially for those of you in my 9:30 class. I'm like, oh, I overslept. I'm so sorry. Okay, set your alarms a couple times, no matter the time of day it is. Especially if you're a shift worker. And then do something relaxing in the morning. Okay, coffee, yeah. And then you want to get up a couple hours early on the test day of an exam, okay? Because Murphy's Law, right? Something will always go wrong. It snowed a foot of snow. It snowed a foot while you were asleep. I-80's closed, huh? You never know what's going to happen. Kids are sick, pet is missing, right? You don't want that stress of waking up and saying, oh, I have to be at my test in 30 minutes. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself plenty of time to wake up, figure out what's going on in your life, get your brain activated and moving. Okay? And then, of course, get some sleep. Our bodies need 7 to 9 hours of sleep, okay? On average. Some people need more, and I need 10. Some people need less. Chuck needs like 5. I don't know how he does it. But listen to your body, okay? Everybody's different. Again, don't be pulling an all-nighter. You have to sleep. Now, the other thing that we want to be talking about is sleep deprivation. It takes you about 48 hours to readjust. Okay, and so if you've been lacking sleep, it's going to take you some time to readjust. Okay, it takes 2 nights at least if you're sleep deprived. We want your brain firing on all of its cylinders. It takes 1 week per time zone to acclimate. Do you guys know that? So if you're traveling or moving, or the time changes in November, time change, right? Did you have that time change where you lived before? Okay. Some states don't have time changes, so we want to watch for that. Especially for our international students or our students in the military or our students in the National Guard. Time zones can really affect you as you're traveling, so keep that in mind. And of course, daylight savings, it's happening in November and then happens again in the spring. Okay? And then, of course, arrive early. We are creatures of habit. What happens when we get there and somebody's in our seat? Our whole world is ruined, huh? It is. We are creatures of habit. So get there early and get your seat. And if you're joining a class that's normally not yours, because my 11 o'clock and my 1 o'clock classes, they're the same, and I let people come and go depending on their life, it's a great courtesy. If you're coming to a class that's normally not yours, ask your teacher, what seat is open? Because you don't want to throw somebody off, right, if you're in their spot. So come early and get your seat. Be sure and have all of your materials, right? Your pencil, your calculator, your formula sheet. If you're taking an online class and you have to do honor lock, get in and log in early. Make sure your camera and mic is working. Make sure the password is working. All of those little nuances that you don't want to be stressing about as you have a minute till it starts. Come in early. Okay, whatever you need, bring it with you. Make sure you have it. And then a lot of research is showing that snacks during the test can really help your brain functioning and keep you on point. And the biggest research out there is showing little things like mints. That's why I handed out those chocolate mints today. Pretzels are another great snack, and water. Stay hydrated during the test, okay? And so please, all of the teachers here on this campus, let you bring water bottles at least. And as you guys know, food and snacks into my class, okay? Bring those kinds of things with you. We want to be conscious of our neighbors and not be rustling them, right? Making a lot of noise during the test. But try bringing some of those things with you. Again, it helps you stay on point and it helps reduce your anxiety. And then, of course, some top snack foods. And everyone's like, well, why do we have these posters? Why do we have these baskets of foods? Well, they all have a particular reason, okay? Some are known for brain food, some are known for anxiety, and what was it? Can't read it, the glare. Again, it's brain food, top snacks, and anxiety things that are over there, okay? Whole wheat, pretzels and hummus, yogurt and fruit, hard-boiled eggs, protein. These are all proven things to help your brain function the best at its max while you're taking tests. And again, it's something that you want to be doing all along the way, huh? You don't want to be eating Pop-Tarts for the last 2 weeks and then today eat healthy. Okay? Pop-Tarts are okay here and there, right? And then the big things during the test is regurgitate, right? As soon as that teacher hands you the test, we do what's called regurgitation. Spit out, right? That's going to stick with you, that word, regurgitation. Spit out every formula you think you need to know, right? Chapter 3 is coming, people. All 3 of those formulas and those 2 definitions. I want to see that on the top of the page. You want to spit out everything you think you're going to need to know as soon as they hand you the test. The second thing you want to do is scan the test. Maybe another formula or definition might come to mind, and you're like, oh yeah, I need that, and you jot it down right then and there while you still have time and your body's refreshed and your anxiety is not hitting. We want to do that all at the beginning. And then that regurgitate again. Spit out anything else that comes to mind as you scan the test. Then you put your name on it, okay? It's amazing how many times people forget to put their names. I know you're all excited to get to work on it, huh? And then you can work in any order you want. I always try to start out the test with an easy question just to get you feeling good and motivated and going, okay? Other mean math teachers, I don't know, Chuck, I don't know. He might start out with a real hard one at the beginning, right?
Makes it easier to grade that way.
Makes it. You don't have to go in order, okay? You do not have to go in order. Go after the easy ones first. Get every point possible. And then as you have time, come back and work on the other ones because you want to keep an eye on time, right? Most tests are like an hour, hour and 15, hour and a half. Your teacher will let you know. And so you really want to watch your own progress and don't sit and spin. If you've been on one question for 4 minutes, go to another one and come back, okay? Don't sit and spin and waste your precious 10, 15 minutes on one. Show all your work, especially in math. Math teachers are really known to give partial credit, right? Do you have the formula right? Do you have the units right? Did you hang on to that stinking negative sign, right? We're looking at the details. We want to give you points. We can't if you don't show your work. And so that's really important in math. Keep it nice and neat and organized. We are old, okay? And I have 100 students, so I'm grading 100 tests. I really appreciate it. It keeps me in a good mood if it's nice and neat and organized, right? And I'm sure it's the same for the other teachers. Okay, help us out. Help us help you finding all of your work so we can see where and what, if anything, went wrong. You get more points that way if it's organized and we can see it. And it's proven through research. Go with your first instinct, okay? It's just painful how many times I've seen students erase their work and it was right. 9 out of 10 times that erased work. Oh, that touched a spot up here, huh? They're like, oh yeah, that's me. And she's like, that's her. 9 out of 10 times your first instinct is right in math. The only thing you should be erasing is if you made a little math error or if the sign's wrong, okay? Or you did a capital A when it should be a lowercase a, right? Because math is case sensitive. That's the only thing that you should be erasing, okay? First instinct is right. And stay positive all the way through that exam, okay? And then we always give our exams back, right? We give quizzes back. We give tests back. In my class, I'm given 3 tests, and then I'm given a final at the end. Do you think those 3 tests along the way are going to help you prepare for that final? Oh, yeah, exactly. The other thing, especially my students, you know I make mistakes. So check to see if I graded it right. Okay? There's a lot going on. And so make sure I graded it correctly. Locate your errors and make corrections in a different color so you have that visual of, oh yeah, I did it this way last time and that wasn't right. This is the way I need to do it. Okay? I see a lot of students, they'll erase it and then act like that was their original work, and then in December you're like, man, why did I get this wrong? Well, it's because it is the correct work that you adjusted later, huh? You need to have what you did originally versus what you need to do correctly. Yeah, don't erase your mistakes so you have that track record of what you did so you can fix it going forward. And then work with your teacher or your tutor, okay, here in the MAC, on questions that puzzle you, okay? I had a great question after class today. I put a note on somebody's quiz, use this. And I'm like, why am I using this? Well, it was for the slope and it was the perpendicular. She did the reciprocal beautifully, but never used it back on the equation. I'm like, yeah, use this. Okay, well, that's why we found it, huh? So be sure and ask about our notes. Why did I write what I wrote? And the same thing for anybody else on any other teachers. And then keep them and review them. All of my tests are stapled and hole punched because you can put them in your 3-ring binder. If Paul forgets the hole punches, there's hole punches in here. You can come in and do it and put it in your binder on your tests. That's why we have those supplies in here. All right. And then real quickly, a couple of things, 10 ways to reduce anxiety. And if you want this slideshow, because we only have 30 minutes, but a lot of people say, well, I'm just not good at tests because I have anxiety. Well, there's so many things that you can do ahead of time. And I'm here to help you with mastering anxiety for any subject. The Well-Being and Accessibility Office, they do amazing work with anxiety and time management. Okay? And so a lot of the things that reduce your anxiety is being truly ready beforehand. Okay? Being truly ready, meaning you're doing it every day. You're sleeping, you're exercising, you're eating right. You're taking advantage of your teacher's office hours and the MAC lab hours. And of course, always be kind to yourself. Reward yourself for doing a good job and for doing it every day and attending every day. And then if you find that anxiety is still really causing you grief, that should say Brazil nuts. It's a great thing to help you out. Eggs, dark chocolate. That's why we have so much dark chocolate over there. That's why we have nuts over there with turmeric. We have tea, chamomile tea, yogurt-covered raisins, green tea, just some different things that you can pack with you. Now, if anxiety is still really haunting you and you want to do some research, some stuff on your own, this community college through AMATICA got a grant. AMATICA is the Association of 2-year community colleges. They have a fantastic video that's 17 minutes long. Check it out. It's just like Hitchcock, black and white, Hitchcock theme. It's some students in their theater department made it. With the math department. It's fantastic if Hitchcock is your thing. And even if it's not, it's still really fun. So check it out. Now, why are we going to battle this all semester long? Well, it's going to be worth your time, literally, worth. Look at your money increase. For every math class that you take after the 9th grade, your starting salary increases by $2,000. That's a big incentive, right, to take math and more math and more math. Okay, starting salary. So it is worth your time to take math class, take it serious, and take more. All right, so think back to those personal worksheets that we started. Did you have all ones in your columns? Yeah? Yeah? All right. Did you have any 2s in your columns? Could you make them 1s now after? Ooh, my boss had a 2. See, so all of us have ways to show improvement, right? Even those of us who've been doing it forever, there's always little things we can do to improve. Look at your scores and see if you can get those 1s into 2s, or 2s into 1s. Okay, be kind to yourself. Storm study groups. We have these tables in here that you can work in groups. Okay, visit the MAC, teacher. And if you need more information, come see me. Okay? My door is always open to you. Most of you have me this semester, but that doesn't keep you from coming to see me the following semester or even the following year. Okay? I've been here 28 years. I'm not going anywhere. Come see me. Okay? Unless we win lotto. Then you can still come see me. Let's be on my deck. All right. So how do we feel about this? Do we got any questions? Did you learn anything new or did you know it all? Let's see a raise of hands. Picked up a few new little tricks or tips? All right, all right. All right, did everybody sign in with Chuck?
Yeah, I got 14, so, and I have a random number generator going, so.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Yes.
So the drawing this month is you have to come to my talk and you have to come to Paul's on the 27th. So keep that random generator going because we're going to do one prize from the 2 talks.
Okay.
And it's a t-shirt of your choice from the bookstore. And then Sarah and somebody else is talking in October. You have to come to those 2 talks for the sweatshirt. And then everybody gets thrown in with the talks in November for the free textbook in November. Okay? We're trying to make it worth your time. Great prizes, food, and benefit to improve your scores in math. Thank you for coming. Have a fabulous day.